Hello there. This is Tim Chaten. I am here to review Monsters University. I just got out of the theater now. It's about midnight, Friday of the opening weekend, and was very excited going into this film. Monsters Inc. is my favorite Pixar film to date, so a lot of excitement going into this. So first off, let me just talk a little bit about the opening short film entitled Blue Umbrella. So Blue Umbrella opens this film, and that's one of the beautiful things about going to a Pixar movie in theaters. You get to see this wonderful, like, 5 to 10 minutes kind of short movie that's very delightful, very creative. And in this one, Blue Umbrella is they basically bring the street to life, and umbrellas and things to life, and a colorful blue umbrella sees a red umbrella, and he thrives to get to this red umbrella. And it's a delightful little short film that makes going to the theater really a really cool thing to experience. So that short film was really well done, and that's one part of this experience. Something you won't get on DVD or Blu-ray typically. So the film itself, Monsters University is a prequel to Monsters Inc. This tells the whole story from the standpoint of Mike Wazowski, and you get to see him from middle school or elementary school all the way up to when they actually are scarers at Monsters Inc. To basically, it goes right up into Monsters Inc. So this tells that full story from when he's a kid up until when he is a full-grown adult at Monsters Inc. On the scare team. So so it's very encompassing there. The main storyline is that Mike Wazowski wants to become a scarer and go to Scaring University and learn how to do that. But because he's not that scary of a monster, he gets criticized and, you don't belong here kind of things. And the message of this is be comfortable in your own skin, be yourself, and succeed in that. And you can succeed in your endeavors. So I think the message is pretty clear, pretty well delivered, that even if you're not a really scary looking monster, you can become, you can thrive in that, in your own skin. So the movie had lots of humor, lots of really good callbacks for the fans of the original. You see a lot of characters make their way back from that worked at Monsters Inc. You see some interesting relationships as they formed at the beginning, especially with the villain from the first film, and that part's really well done. The character relationship forming is really cool. It's really cool to see the little guy succeed in this film. It's beyond that, though, really funny stuff, really humorous stuff. It's kind of cool to see how this stuff works, how the Scare University works, and how the life. Basically, it's cool to see the inside look of how is life in this monster world, and that's what you get out of this film. This film succeeds in what it tries to accomplish, but it's not Monsters Inc. as far as the emotional draw with the little kid and things like that. Monsters Inc. was a special film. It had a lot of emotional strings that it pulled throughout the whole film, and this one did not have that. It was much more of a comedic film that had some good lessons to be learned from it, but was not as heart-wrenching as the original. So I'd say I want to say this is as good as that one, but to me it wasn't. But that's not to say it was a bad film. I mean, the original was, as good as they come. So this was a great film, but not on the same level as the original. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, it just is a thing. So I would definitely encourage you to go watch this in theaters as you get to see that short film in front of it. I really did enjoy this, and we'll definitely be watching Monsters Inc. Tomorrow to get to remember where it all goes from there. So I did, interestingly, just to close out this review, I saw in theaters at 10 p.m., and 90% of this audience, a packed audience at that, were little kids, 10 and under or so like that. So it was amazing to me that parents actually let kids watch movies this late at night and bring them to the theaters at 10 p.m. I thought, hey, this theater's going to have mostly adults or not have a lot of people because what kid goes at the theaters at 10 p.m. at night? But I was dead wrong. In New Hampshire, evidently young kids, are going to the theaters at 10 p.m. and missing out on their bedtime. So really interesting there. It was cool to see it with kids in the audience. You get the kid reactions of things you might not react to, and that's an interesting thing to experience. It's something I don't get to experience at home, and it's something I was actually glad to experience. I know some people hate having kids in theaters. For kids movies, actually appreciate that perspective and that kind of audience there. So with that said, really enjoyed Monsters University, would recommend seeing it, and I'll be back for more movie reviews. Stay tuned.